Today we're going to be going over today, remember, in the election 2026. So this right here is the Kalshi betting markets map. Starts out Democrats with 224 seats. We can look at the current Congress before we take a look at this map. Democrats are in a much worse spot than 224 seats. Really, they don't. So the Republicans currently have the majority. You need 218 seats for a House majority. Republicans have that plus one seat, so there's a razor thin margin, and it really would not take a ton for Democrats to be able to flip the House blue. Republicans are defending some ground that Democrats are probably going to do well in. We can take a look at back to the contested map here of the Kalshi betting market map, but there are quite a few seats in swing states that are looking good for Democrats, and in non-swing states, even states like California, Texas, and New York, which are generally pretty favoring one side or the other, have a variety of swing states. You may notice there are quite a few in the lean and likely red column. There are some in the likely blue column, but almost more than double that in the likely red column. We can see this. This is for a couple of reasons. There's been quite a bit of congressional gerrymandering going on, and the latest round started off in Texas, where then Newsom responded with proposition in California, and that ended up passing. So that flipped 5 seats from Republican to Democrat. And then Utah, there was a little bit of good news for the Democrats. They gained 1 seat there, going from safe red to safe blue. But it's back to the likely red states and likely red seats. There are quite a few of them. There you can see in Texas, as well as Florida, throughout the South, North Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri even has got. Missouri actually has 2 more that moved from safe red to likely red. And it will be interesting to see those seats were drawn to be safe Republican. So if they do end up going by a likely margin, that may make Republicans nervous. Democrats, of course, have to defend their own turf as well. Now is largely shaping up to be a good election year for Democrats, at least according to the betting markets and polls. The betting markets currently have Democrats at slightly above 80% chance of winning control of the U.S. House. It will be interesting to see if more congressional redistricting or gerrymandering or whatever you want to call it goes on, to see if that ends up flipping the odds. But I do think that largely Democrats are expected to win control of the House. Generally, the party that doesn't control the presidency during the midterms tends to do quite well in the congressional races. I think Democrats will perform well in the Senate races and may even be able to win control. But I do think the House is a far more likely story at this particular instant. Very few seats that are truly competitive. As you can see here, only 5 in the true toss-up column. Some of these, when already called for the Democrats, are flips, such as Don Bacon's seat there in the Omaha area. Harris actually won this district in 2024, so it's very impressive that a Republican was able to win alongside with Harris. But that district is almost certainly flip by electing a Democrat. A couple other areas, the 2 seats in southern Iowa, are looking like they will flip from red to blue throughout the country. Republicans hoped to maintain control of the House. They started with the 5 seats that were gerrymandered in Texas, and then several states followed. Like I said, North Carolina, Florida, a variety of others. But right now, I think Democrats are largely favored to win the House. It will be interesting to see what happens if more redistricting is going to go on. And that is going to be the call there. Democrats will control the House in 2026. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.